It was the middle of storm season when the HOA decided they didn't like my excessive energy use. Karen, the president, claimed the pumps I had set up by the lakefront were unsightly and unauthorized. Those pumps weren't for decoration. They were the only thing keeping heavy rains from turning the lower properties into a swamp. One night, right as a thunderstorm rolled in, Karen strutted down with a smug grin and her little clipboard, then shut off the breaker feeding the pumps. Rules are rules, she said, her umbrella shaking in the wind. If you don't comply, we'll fine you. 5 minutes later, water was already creeping up the grass toward my neighbor's fence line. I knew if those pumps stayed off, we'd all be in knee-deep water within an hour. But I wasn't about to beg Karen for permission to save my land. Instead, I rolled out the backup I'd invested in, a portable substation unit I'd had installed for emergencies. With a low hum, the machine came to life, brighter and louder than Karen's ego. I rerouted the pumps to my own independent power source, bypassing the HOA grid completely. Water started draining again, and within minutes, the rising flood receded. Neighbors cheered from their porches as they watched the pumps roar back online. Karen, meanwhile, stood frozen in the rain, realizing her stunt had just been exposed. The sheriff showed up after someone called about tampering with utilities, but once I showed him the deed, the independent power permits, and video proof of Karen shutting down the pumps, the tables turned. The officer told Karen she was lucky her sabotage hadn't caused property damage, because she'd be facing criminal charges. From that day forward, nobody questioned my pumps again. And Karen? She avoided me every time a storm came, probably because she knew the only thing keeping her own property dry was the same substation she tried to shut down.